What's up everyone, Tony here for my weekly vlog. 12 weeks post-surgery, so we've officially hit the 3-month mark. Everything's looking pretty sweet. So this week I'm just going to go through a little bit of I'm going to go through my whole rehab / leg workout today. So here we go. So the first exercise we have is the barbell squat. This is after about 20 minutes or so of ankle mobility exercises and hip mobility. So with rehab for my knee, I'm really focusing on ankle and hip mobility because they've both tightened up over the years and through the whole surgery process. So basically, reason for this is because you want your ankles to be mobile, knees to be stable, and your hips to be mobile. You don't want your knee to be mobile because then you get issues. So with the squat, what I'm really focusing on is improving my ankle mobility and my hip mobility as well. So I'm trying to hip depth and full range every time. I'm not going for massive amounts of weight here. So I'll do about 2 sets, 12 reps with these, and I think I got up to about 30 kilos this time around. So as I said before, I've been looking into a lot of joint mobility, stability sort of research, and what I've found is that your foot actually wants to be stable, your ankle wants to be mobile, knee wants to be stable, your hip wants to be mobile. So with that in mind, what I like to do between each set of each exercise is some balancing on the Bosu ball to help improve the stability of my foot and the strength and mobility of my ankles. So as you can see here, what I'm trying to do is really just hold the balance while trying to keep a nice arch in my foot as I'm moving on the Bosu ball. So I do this between each set of each exercise. So I'm usually doing it about 8 times each session. So next up we have the leg press. This is where I can really load up my quads to really get some size and strength back into them. But I'm still going for that mobility aspect. So I've got up to about 120 kilos here. And what I'm really trying to focus on is going right down through that stretch of my hips and then push it back up, just like a normal leg press. So next we have step ups. This is another exercise where I can really load it up, but still trying to maintain that focus on that ankle strength and mobility, as well as the foot strength and stability. So you can see as I step up, I go really slowly and try and keep what's known as a tripod foot. So I try and keep a healthy arch in my foot, really bend through that ankle and go up again. I'm only going to about hip height in terms of height on the step because I really want to get the glutes involved and I don't want to put too much pressure on my knee as well. So if I go too high, the patellar tendon really starts to hurt there. So next up we have the lateral step ups. I've only just really introduced this one, so it does look really bad in terms of my feet stability now that I look back on it. But what I'm trying to do here is resist a bit of rotation in my knee. So one of the functions of the ACL is to actually resist rotation in the knee. And when you over rotate, that's when you get ACL ruptures and you need the reconstruction. So trying to maintain a squat position while I'm holding this and going as fast as I can. And obviously I need to work on a bit of that foot stability and ankle mobility as time goes on, but that will just come with time and practice and a bit more focus on it. So next is the stiff leg deadlift, a real great exercise for your glutes and your hamstrings. So really trying to overload the hamstrings on this one, get a big stretch in them so that they can really turn on and activate and maintain stability of the knee. So one of the functions of the hamstrings is to actually assist the ACL in preventing that forward translation of the tibia, which is what the ACL prevents as well. So really do want to get those hamstrings activated and nice and strong, especially with the stiff leg deadlift. My knee needs to be nice and strong and stable here, so it translates well into real life situations. So lastly, we have the seated calf press. I've gone for the seated version as opposed to a standing version, as it's a bit safer for my knee and a bit less load on my knee after everything that I've been through in that session. So really trying to get that stretch through the ankles and the calves, and then just try and drive right back up. At the moment, my knee does have a lot of tightness in the calf, so this bent position is really beneficial for me because it does stretch some of that tightness out again and helps me regain my mobility. So that's where my leg workout is currently at. I'm putting up some good numbers in terms of the weights lifted, but that's not my sole focus at the moment. My sole focus right now is regaining mobility in that knee, remobilizing my ankles so that they can move again, stretching out the hip joints, just really focusing on movement first, not weight, because a lot of the times we can get caught up on the numbers that we're lifting. So I'm not focusing on that at all. I'm really focusing on just movement. The better I can move, the quicker I'm going to recover, and the less chance of injury later on down the track. So that's obviously very positive in itself, and I'm going pretty well with it all. I feel pretty good with the leg at the moment. It's been a bit sore ever since Wednesday, but I did do another ninja session on Friday. So I was pushing a sled and doing some bear crawls, but it's feeling good now. Recovery is going really well. Really focusing on my nutrition to speed up that recovery process. And everything just seems to be slowly falling into place, which is what I want. So, what are the plans for this week? So, still getting in those 3 sessions, strength sessions. Another ninja session later on down the week. I will post that on Instagram. And we're going to advance some of these exercises that I just did in my knee rehab. We're going to look at some harder things. So maybe look at some plyometrics. It depends on how it feels. I don't want to push it too hard with the plyometrics or push it too quickly with the plyometrics because they are incredibly tough on the joints. It's not what I need right now, but we'll see how we go. Definitely need to incorporate some more lateral work and maybe some backwards work as well, lunges, that sort of stuff. So that's the plan for this week. Yeah, just go out and do it. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.